You do.
I don't know, it says you do that.
Right, we'll do it then. Whoa. Whoa. Whoa.
Hi everyone, this is Mike and Trisha out and about, and in this episode there's screams from Trisha and groans from me watching the Euros. Then I have a go at being a goalkeeper on our way to Huntly Castle. And inside the castle, Trisha's making some spooky noises.
Was that scary, was it?
It's no wonder really, there's something sinister inside.
Well, we're back from Mull. Had a great time there, didn't we?
We had a lovely time, yeah. I really liked Mull. I would
Yeah.
go back again, 100%.
Yeah, I think that we could have stayed longer.
Potentially, yes, but we didn't know that till we came away. And
No.
we had the ferry all booked, so I think next time we'll maybe be a wee bit more flexible.
Yeah, probably. But we're in Forfar now.
Yeah?
It's a place that we've been before with the van, and it wasn't all that long ago. Did I just say the van? It wasn't the van, was it? It was the tent. We were here with the tent. So remember that video that we did when we were trying to pick a name
Yes, that's correct.
for the
yeah.
new channel?
Yeah.
Because we were Maggie at the time, Wee Brown Van, weren't we? And we came here, we'd sold Maggie, and we had that little tent. And we were pitched up just over there on that circular bit of grass over beside the facilities block. Yeah, I
And I
remember
said
it
after
well.
that, I went, never again.
Yeah, you did. That was it. You were finished with tents, weren't
Yes, definitely.
you? I enjoyed it. I always liked tents, but we're only here for one night actually. Here
No,
in
I think it was
Forfar.
more.
No, I'm talking about now.
Oh, just now,
We're
yeah.
only here at this site now
Yeah,
for one
we are.
night, aren't we?
And moving on tomorrow.
We are going to be moving on, and we're heading to
Huntly?
Huntly. Aye, we're going to Huntly. We're going to have a couple of nights at Huntly, and
Yeah.
then we're going to go up to Cullen.
Cullen, yes.
The reason that we've decided to do this is that the weather's supposed to be good on the northeast coast of Scotland, and the great thing about the van is you just follow the weather, don't you?
Fingers crossed.
Wherever
but
it's
with
going to be
Scotland,
nice.
you never know, do you?
No, absolutely you don't. So anyway, we're going to have our lunch. We've got some interesting looking crisp things,
Yes.
haven't we? What are these?
Broccoli crisps. What do you think?
Broccoli crisps.
Yeah. I've seen them and I thought, oh, we'll give those a try.
They're like these little poppadoms that you have
Yeah.
with a curry.
So maybe
Okay.
they'd be nicer with a dip or something like that. I don't know. We'll give them a try anyway.
Yeah, I'm enjoying them. What do you think? Have you tried them?
No, I'll try one.
Have a go then.
Nicer with a dip, I think.
Yeah, I think so as well. But they're still nice all the same. We'll have this and then we'll go for a wee walk because there's something about witches here.
For witches, yeah, there is.
Yeah, but there's actually something on the loch as you walk around. So we'll have this and then why don't we go for a wee walk with Kira and we'll
Yes.
check that out.
That'd be good.
No sooner are we out and it's time for ice cream. Well, who could resist this?
Brilliant. Thank you.
Is that mine? I'll have that.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Oh, it's really good. There you go. How's your wafer?
Brilliant. So yummy. I haven't had one of these in years.
All right, okay, it does look good. I think if we head this way, because there's definitely something about witches in here.
We head off for our walk around Forfar Loch, which is directly accessible from the campsite on the west edge of the historic borough of Forfar. At the same time, it's only a 10-minute walk from the town centre. The path goes right around the loch and it's 4 kilometres or 2.5 miles, so we've allowed an hour for a leisurely walk so that we can take in views of the loch and the wildlife.
Here it is, look, the Forfar witches. It says they're just people.
They were just people, just women trying to help the community.
Yeah.
Maybe doing medicines, things like that.
Aye, they were. So anyway, it's a fitting tribute, isn't it? To think that 7 women were actually killed and there was so many more that are actually persecuted and tortured
Yes.
as well.
Yes.
You know, forced to confess to witchcraft. So yeah, there you go, a fitting tribute, I think. There's actually quite a nice mural as well in the centre of Forfar.
Yeah, there is.
that actually depicts the witches.
Yeah.
It's quite a funky looking painting, you know, but
Still
it keeps
good,
it.
yeah.
It keeps it in everybody's memory.
And what did Nicola Sturgeon, you said she said something in Parliament?
Aye, that's right. Well, Nicola Sturgeon, she's not in Parliament anymore,
No, but
a
years
couple
ago.
of years ago, apparently, she issued a public apology to the women that were persecuted. I know it's obviously, that was way back in the 1600s, but at least it was quite nice for, you know, the government to recognise all the wrongdoings back in that time.
Back at the van, and we've both worked up quite an appetite.
Whatever that is you're cooking, it smells bloomin' nice, I tell you.
Yes, it's a lovely prawn tikka masala with wholemeal rice, quinoa and a wee cheeky Peshwani naan.
A cheeky Peshwani naan, did you say? Yeah, it looks very nice. You've toasted that quite well. Lovely. What about a cheeky wee jammy roux, red roux to go with it?
Yeah, that'd be lovely. Pour me a glass, will you?
Yeah, for this.
Yes.
This is the absolute best wine, so it is. It's Yellowtail Jammy Red Roux. It's Australian. We didn't find out about this when we went to Australia. We liked it long before then, but I tell you, this is the best. You've got to try this if you haven't tried this. Goes lovely with a curry. Half a glass for you, was it?
No, keep going.
How much?
That's fine.
There you go. This is really good. You've excelled yourself as normal. Have this and then we'll watch the footy.
I ain't watching the footy.
Oh, I'm going to watch the footy on my own. Cheers. It's the 23rd of June today. So by the time you watch this, you'll know the results, and somebody's probably won the Euros by now. But tonight, Scotland are playing against Hungary. And if we win the game tonight, then we're going through, hopefully, to the knockout stages. So I can't wait. And it's coming on next. Right, that's the dishes done. Trish did the washing, I did the drying, and Kira did her usual. I think she's good at, she's supervised. Didn't you, Kira?
Well, it was a difficult watch for Scotland fans. Hungary were the better side, but it looked like we may have held out for a draw. But then in the final seconds of extra time, Hungary scored and Scotland were out of the Euros.
I'm going to bed.
It's the evening of the next day and we've moved on to Huntly. I didn't fancy filming much after the football, so we've just been chilling out today. Huntly Castle campsite on the outskirts of Huntly is almost completely surrounded by trees and is a mix of static caravans and mobile units. Kira has been on her lead since we arrived because there are rabbits absolutely everywhere, especially at dusk and dawn, and she'd definitely chase them if we didn't have her on the lead. Must say we enjoyed our lazy day, so we did, and we were up early the next day.
I'm just going to do these few dishes, okay? And then we'll head off. Because as you know, we don't do anything in the morning without our coffees. So we'll get the dishes done. And then we'll head off, and it's Huntly Castle today.
We've booked a slot online to go and see Huntly Castle, and that's where we're off to now. I just didn't expect to be speaking about football again so soon.
I think it takes us about 15 minutes to walk to Huntly Castle. And on the way, we've just spotted this beautiful meadow here. It looks like it's mostly buttercups. But believe it or not, this is actually a football pitch.
You'd either need a huge ball or huge people to get their feet through that.
Yeah, I think you would have a real laugh actually trying to get to the goal. You'd have to run real hard to try and get through all of these buttercups. It's mostly buttercups, but there are some other shrubby kind of things too. You would just have to run as hard as you could, just keep going, keep running, and eventually you'd get to the goal and hopefully score a goal. But yeah, that would be a bit of a laugh trying to play in that, wouldn't it?
Yeah, but imagine what it would be like being a goalie and having to take a dive into that. It's okay running through it, but take a dive.
Pretty sure it's this way,
I think so, yeah.
according to Google Maps anyway.
Coming on?
I really don't think this is a good idea. You ready?
Yeah.
Hey, what do you do?
I don't know, it says you do that.
Right, go for it then. Whoa! 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 You have to move it. Whoa! I can't get off.
Bring your body up.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm
there we
getting
go.
off. I'm getting off.
Right, you go off then. You go off. You go off. Oh, right, help, help. There we go. Oh my goodness. Right, let's get to this castle. Can you enjoy that?
That was so funny. It's quite scary.
It was a bit, wasn't it?
When it dipped down at your back and you thought, oh my God, this is going to break.
I know, I know. Anyway, the castle's just up here. See, there's a guy skiing there.
Yeah, roller skiing, eh?
Aye.
That's ticket 1
Aye, members.
and ticket 2.
Excellent. You've been here before?
No.
Okay, you've lots of steps and stairs, low doorways, uneven surfaces,
All right, okay.
dark bits, scary bits. In the main building, you've got 4 levels to explore.
Uh-huh.
So you've got your steps and stairs. The only bit of action, spiral staircase,
That's
sorry
fine.
about that. But you can go up to these 2 levels and down to these. This was it in the 1640s.
Wow.
And the recreation was possible and fairly accurate because there was a soldier here who left an inventory of the furniture and furnishings.
Wow.
So he actually lists the
Everything.
type of bed fabrics and so
That
on.
was very considerate of him, wasn't
How
it?
it survived the wreck day. This was built in the 1490s and then it was built higher, 1550s and then again 1590s.
Okay.
Prior to the palace here, the main residence was a stone tower house.
That's this one over here.
Aye. And then before that, the main residence was a wooden moat and bailey castle with the tower or moat up on the grassy mound.
Right. We'll look out for that.
And this is supposed to be a recreation of the building being done in the 1550s by the fourth Earl.
All right, okay.
Yeah.
That's brilliant, thank you.
That's grand.
Okay,
Thank you
no
very much for
problem.
that.
Any questions, give me a shout.
Aye, right you are, right you are.
There's been a stronghold on this site since the 12th or 13th centuries. At that time, it belonged to the fiefs of Strathbogie, and the circular wooden motte or timber castle would have been on the grassy mound shown here in the foreground. In the 14th century, the castle was taken from the fiefs by Robert the Bruce and given to the Gordons because of their support for him at the Battle of Bannockburn. The stately palace that stands here today was built in the mid-15th century and, despite being largely in ruin, is still one of Scotland's most impressive late medieval buildings. We pause for a moment to admire the impressive frontage that was added by the 6th Earl of Huntly. He had this done to celebrate his becoming the first Marquis of Huntly in 1599. There's a lot more of his embellishments inside.
We're going in and we're going up. And we're going up to the top first. We'll work our way down. Oh, it's all decked up here. This is quite good, isn't it?
It's very good, yeah.
Now that's an amazing fireplace, that is. 2 knights at the bottom. It's like they're holding it up. Some crests, horses, a lion, I think, and a unicorn on the left-hand side. Really intricate detail. Oh, you found another fireplace.
Yeah.
Oh, this one's an absolute cracker, isn't it?
Yeah. So this lintel is the Marquis George and his wife Henrietta.
There's not much left of their faces, is there?
It's quite creepy, him.
Well, it looks like he may have had a moustache. And I guess that's their coat of arms.
Yeah. And apparently it lit the room when she was entertaining in this room.
All right, okay. This must be the littlest room in the castle.
Maybe it was a storage room or something, eh?
Yeah.
Maid's room.
Now this was once a very grand place. The fourth Earl apparently really took this building to new heights by completely decorating this place. He really wanted to show off his wealth and everything that he'd learned over in France, all of the ways to decorate things. That's what it used to look like back in the mid-1500s. And that's what it looks like now. Must have been quite something to see. There's just a small bit of the original detailing left up there on that wall. Look at this. It says here that they were playing football back in 1576 for the 5th Earl of Huntly, and he collapsed after suffering a stroke and had to be taken to his bedchamber, which was right here.
Maybe he was playing in the buttercup field.
Aye, maybe, yeah.
This is the Earl's bedchamber, and in here was his privy. And even the privies in those days were decorated. Can you see here?
Privy? You mean toilet? Yeah.
Do you see here?
Yeah, I do. What is that?
It's like a flower. And apparently this is the oldest wooden toilet seat in Scotland.
All right, you going to try it out?
It's gone. There's some remnants left.
Let's have a look then. Oh, right, okay. Right.
And there's the lang drap.
When you've got to go, you've got to go. There's a very little room here. I think it must have been a storeroom. And there's another one here that's almost identical. Now, what's in here?
Looks like another storeroom, doesn't it?
Trisha is on her way to prison.
Oh, there's 2 bodies in here. Ooh.
Was that scary, was it?
Aye, him on the left was really creepy.
He was a bit.
Look in here, this must have been the kitchen. No fitted units.
It wouldn't do for you then, would it?
No, this must have been the fire. Look at the size of this.
That's huge.
Probably have a big cook pot, eh?
Yeah, they would have had a big cook pot.
Maybe a big rotisserie as well.
I have a hog roast.
Yeah. So here we have 2 holes. So the top one was where the fresh water came in, and at the bottom the dirty water went out.
I bet this old door could tell a few stories. Ah, I see you've found the brewery. This is where I would have worked, in the brewery.
No, you wouldn't. It was a woman's role to brew the ale, not a man's. And did you know that people, on average, drunk 1 gallon of beer per person because it killed the bugs, so it was safer to drink than water?
A gallon of beer a day. Maybe life wasn't too bad back then.
You seen enough of the castle?
Aye, I think it's been a great day out.
Why don't we give Kira some ball play, eh?
Yeah, good.
She's been very patient.
Good idea.
Right, we've had our coffees and we're going into Huntly. Huntly is a small Aberdeenshire town with around 4,500 people. It'll take us about 10 minutes to walk into town, and each of the 3 of us have our own ideas about which shops we want to visit. I enjoyed sampling a few of those Black Bull whiskies, but it's time to go, and the brolly's up because it's raining, so we walk along the street to Gordon Square. Neither of us really fancy hanging around on such a dreich day, so we decide that enough is enough and we head back to the van.
That was a lovely walk into Huntly.
It was. It's a small place, isn't it?
Yeah,
So
it is a
it
small
didn't
place.
take us too long.
No.
But we did manage to pick up a few things, a little
Yes.
bit of a haul actually.
We got our objectives in.
Yeah, we did, yeah.
My objective was to get to Dean's of Huntly, which is a very famous shortbread factory. And we went in there and I've got a little haul.
Yeah, and my objective was to get to the whiskey shop. When is it not that? You want to show us your stuff first?
Yeah, can do. So we've got traditional shorties. We've got raspberry and cream shortbread, lemon shortbread, salted caramel and apple shortbread, and Black Forest Gatto shortbread.
Right, okay. There's some unusual ones then.
Yeah, but that's what I went for.
Needless to say, these are not all for us. All right, we are taking some of these home,
Yeah, we'll
aren't we?
take some.
Now,
And some to Australia.
Yeah, absolutely. Gemma, if you're watching, one of these has got your name on it. Now, I have managed to get myself 3 bottles of whiskey, and you actually treated me to one
I
of
did
these,
treat you to
didn't
one.
you?
Yes.
So I'll be
Why did I
having-
treat you to that one?
Well, I have no idea why.
Because it's got a dog on it.
Oh, I see, because it's got a dog on it. I'm going to save that one and actually have a wee dram in a minute. The other two that I've got, well, this one here, this is a Black Bull one, which is a local blender. They do blend lots of whiskies, and this is one that I've picked up that's got a peaty aroma and flavour. And the other one is called Glendronach. And it's a portwood finish, this one. So again, this is quite a local malt, and I'll look forward to having a wee dram of that probably when I get home. But for now, I'm going to have one of these. It's a Machre Moor, and this is an Arran malt from the
Yes.
island of Arran, and it's from an area where they have a large sort of peaty bog on the island, and they say that this is picking up the atmosphere and the flavours of the island. Well, I hope it doesn't taste like a peaty bog.
Well, I hope not, but the bottle's cool.
Yeah,
It's quite light.
it is. It's quite light. Whoops! Don't throw it all over the table, Mike. Cheers, folks. Oh, it's light, it's fresh, it's actually a bit fruity, and yet it's got the peatiness coming through. It's really nice. I just wish you could have a wee taste of this at home. That's it from Huntly. I need to finish this now. Somebody's got to do it. And in the morning, we're going to be heading up to Cullen. Slange.